So, in today's video, we are gonna listen to the tips and tricks for solving true false not given questions or yes no not given questions. For more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. So let's start with true false not given questions. True false not given questions ask to decide if a specific information is true according to the information of the passage or false according to the information of the passage, or it is not mentioned in the passage. You can often find in the question paper that do the following statements agree with the information given in the passage? Right. True if the statement agrees with the information. False if the statement contradicts with the information. Not given if there is no information on this. In the question, we have to look for the keywords, and the keywords in the questions are generally for true, it is agrees with. That is, the statement gives the same information as is in the passage. For false, it is contradicts. That is, the statement gives different or opposite information as it is in the passage. For not given, it is no information. That is, the information in the statement is not mentioned in the passage. It is usually seen that candidates have trouble in finding not given questions, and sometimes they get confused with the false questions. Now let's start with the yes no not given questions. Yes no not given questions are quite similar to true false not given questions, because here you need to decide if the statement is correct according to what is written in the passage, incorrect according to what is written in the passage, or not mentioned in the passage. However, there is a subtle difference between yes no not given questions and true false not given questions. In yes no not given questions, one usually refers to the writer's opinion on topics, while for the true false not given question, one actually refers to the facts or information in the passage. You can see that the instructions ask you to decide if the statements agree with the views of the writer. The other keywords one should notice in this instruction are yes, which is agrees with, that is, the statements give the same information as that of the writer. No, which is contradicts, that is, the statement gives a different or exactly opposite opinion from that of the writer. And not given, which is impossible to say, which is the statement is not related to the writer's view or is not mentioned in the passage. There are often times that in the case of not given questions, it is tough to find the information in these questions because there are very similar sentences or statements in the passage. However, similar to and related to does not mean the same, and different or opposite, that is contradiction. We can also say that in true false not given question, one answer can be not given if the question presents information which is not mentioned in the passage, and the question presents information that is mentioned in the passage but it is not clear or not clearly opposite to the information in the passage. There are often times that when you are asked to solve yes no not given or true false not given, you find out the answer after a period of time. But in some extreme cases, you are confused and you are unable to find the answer. So there is a simple tricky formula which you can apply during your examination in order to save your precious time. The formula is to divide the statement given in the question paper into three parts. How? The three parts of the question can be: firstly, the statement part, secondly, the verbal part, and thirdly, the remaining part. Now, let's take an example. If this statement is given in the question paper, that is, the Earth's temperature is increasing due to global warming, and the question which is asked, whether it is true, false, not given, is: the high temperature of the Earth was due to the use of air coolers and other gadgets. How will one find whether it is true, false, or not given using this formula? As I said earlier, that you have to divide it into three parts. So, in the question part, you can divide it like the high temperature of the Earth as the subject part, and the remaining part here will be was due to the use of air coolers and other gadgets. Whereas the given part in the question paper, which is quite similar to the question, is the Earth's temperature, which can be the subject part, is increasing, which is the verbal part, due to global warming, which is the remaining part. So, we saw that in the case of not given questions, the part 1 exactly matches with the part 1 of the question, whereas the part 2 and part 3 are often missing. Now, let's take the example in case of the true answer. In case the answer was true, the question would be like: the high temperature of the Earth was due to global warming. And here we can see that the Earth's temperature is increasing due to global warming, and the high temperature of the Earth was due to global warming is exactly the same. And we do not require the formula over here also. But one can be sure if they check this using the formula, as the part 1, that is the high temperature of the Earth, and the Earth's temperature is increasing is exactly the same. And here the keyword global warming is also matching with the remaining part. Now, if the answer was false, then the question would be like: the high temperature of the Earth was not due to global warming. Here also we can see that there is an explicit contradiction, that is, we can see that the question is not matching with the passage. And here the formula is the part 1, that is the high temperature of the Earth, and the part 2 was due to, that is increasing, was same, but it also said that was not due to. Then the part got cancelled and it became false. Now, an important tip regarding yes, no, not given and true, false, not given question is: always follow the instruction. Whenever you see that it is mentioned to write true, false, not given, never take a chance and write TFNG. And similarly, in the case of yes, no, not given, you have to write yes, no, not given if it is clearly mentioned that you have to write the three alternatives. In some questions, they ask the candidate to mention TFNG or YNNG. In that case, you can write TFNG, YFNG in the given space. but do not take a risk and put the abbreviations in your answer sheet. Another crucial thing is, on various occasions, it is seen that candidates are writing yes, no, not given in true, false, not given questions and true, false, not given in yes, no, not given questions. This happens due to carelessness. So, the rule of thumb here should be, one should read the instructions. Everything is there in the instructions. Take a few moments to read the instruction and answer your question accordingly. It will save your time and it will give you a higher score in your IELTS exam. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more IELTS videos. Like and share the video.